makes me so happy. That intro for our 25 days of visibility makes me so happy. Shout out to our team. They are the absolute best. I can tell them a vision and I'm just like, is this too much? And they're like, no, we will totally make it happen. So again, welcome to Livemas 25 Days of Visibility. I'm Rashonda Pratt, visibility and communication strategist, and I'm so excited that you are here. We are live streaming right now to two platforms, YouTube, and we're also streaming to LinkedIn. Good morning, Andrea. Glad that you are here and joining us. As you are coming in, do me a favor because I'm checking my devices too. If you can go ahead and invite another leader, another founder, another business owner to this conversation. I'm so excited. You know, I committed myself to 25 days of going live, and this is day 2. And if you missed day 1, the replay is still up because in day 1, we talked about how your expertise is not enough. Yeah. And I gave you all a homework assignment. So for those of you who are here for day 1, I want you to comment in the comment section here. Day 1, we talked about why your expertise is not enough. And then I gave you all a challenge to poll your audience or ask your audience, how would they describe you in one word? And really see if people really understand who you are and how you impact the world. So if you participated, I'd love for you to share that in the comments as well. Also, this is day 2 of 25, day 2 of 25, and I'm excited about this topic because we talked about yesterday about closing the visibility gap that really helps to keep brilliant leaders like you invisible. Today, we're going to talk about exposing the lies. Yes, that you've been told, or maybe you've even been telling yourself that's really keeping you hidden. But before we get started, as always, I want you to drop in the comment section because this is interactive, ladies and gentlemen. So I want you to drop. Let us know where you are tuning in from, okay? Let us know where you're joining from, what city, state, or even country. And I love to see all my YouTube and LinkedIn people joining in. Natalie Gregg, there she is. Thank you so much for being here, and thanks for being a part of the conversation. So I got a couple of things. I got some ground to cover, so I want to go ahead and get started. So again, yesterday, we talked about closing the visibility gap. Today, we're talking about the 3 lies or myths you have been believing. And these beliefs sometimes are so embedded in our profession, in our industry culture, that you might not even realize that you are living by them. But here's the thing that I know about a lie, because I'm called to be a truth teller. One of the things I know is you can't fix what you won't name. Someone put that in the comment section. You can't fix what you won't name. So if you don't name the thing, we can't fix it. You know, a lie that stays in the darkness continues to perpetuate. But once light comes to it, and I believe that's what's happening as you're tuning in over these next 25 days, is light starts to expose darkness. So today we're naming the thing. And not only are we naming it, we're also dismantling it, okay? So let's go. I want you to really take notes. And I love that you all take notes for those who are watching in the replay. Shout out to my replay audience. All right. The first big lie, and they're all really big, but this first one, okay? Raise your hand, your virtual hand, if you've ever said this or heard this. My work should speak for itself. Come on, let me see those hands. Let me see those hands. Put those in the comment section, right? Yep. Does that sound familiar? Yep. This is probably the most common lie I hear from executives, founders, high performers, leaders. And I get it because it sounds so noble, right? I'm doing the work. I'm putting in the hours. You know what? My work should speak for itself. I shouldn't have to tell people how brilliant I am, how excellent I am, how I solved that problem. And really, it sounds like humility, right? It sounds like integrity. It sounds like I'm not one of those self-promoting people. But here's what it actually is. It's a hidden strategy dressed up as professionalism. Let me say that again. It's a hidden strategy dressed up as professionalism. Why? Why is this a lie? Because your work cannot speak for itself. Number one, your work doesn't have a mouth. I said this yesterday, and again, it's worth repeating. Your work doesn't have a LinkedIn profile. Your work doesn't go to networking events. Your work doesn't advocate for you in rooms that you're not in. You, you right there, are the only person who can give context, interpret, and champion your experience. You, my friend, are in charge of your own narrative. Nobody else, only you. And you have to be a good steward of that narrative. Two, people can't value what they don't understand. You might know the strategy behind your results. You might know the years of expertise that went into that project. You might even know the obstacles that you overcome. But if you don't tell them, people will assume that it was easy. They'll assume that anyone could have done that. And then they will undervalue you. Three, silence is not humility. It's a privilege assumption. Now, let's be real. Let my work speak for itself was the advice that was given in an era when your boss saw your work every day. You stayed at a company for 30 years. Very rarely are people doing that because we have a generation of quiet quitters. And promotion happened because you were next in line. That world doesn't exist anymore. Today, if you're not visible, you're invisible. And invisible people don't get opportunities. So here's what my work speaks for itself actually means. I'm afraid to advocate for my expertise. I don't know how to talk about my value. I don't know how to communicate it. I'm waiting for someone to discover me. And that's not a strategy, ladies and gentlemen. That's hope. And there's nothing wrong with hope. But hope alone is not a solid visibility plan. It isn't. So, what do we need to do instead? We need to shift from my work speaks for itself to I speak for my work. Because you're the only person who can tell your story with all the nuances, the context, and the authority that it deserves. Only you can do that. And when you stay silent, you leave this interpretation up to other people. And trust me, they're going to get it wrong. Remember, you were the one that was given this assignment. You were the one that was given the vision. Only you can champion, that's right, for your experience. Because remember, you're living it. You're living this lived experience, not the people on the other side. So, my work speaks for itself is the biggest lie. Where do we change the mindset? I speak for my work. In this day and age, the young folks, I can't believe I'm saying it like this. The young folks will say, I got receipts, right? You have to be willing to share and show your receipts. All right, the second lie. Now, here's the second one. And this one, I want you to let me know if you've heard this, if you said it, if it's been even spoken over you. Now, this one hits different for women because, or for people of faith, or for anyone who was taught that humility means staying small. Visibility equals self-promotion, and self-promotion is bad. How many of you all have heard that? That's something that I hear all of the time. Rashonda, I don't want to self-promote. I don't want to be braggy. I want to remain humble. Yeah, I see you. So you need to hear this. Strategic visibility is all right. I think I lost my signal there for a minute. So let me go back and reset and say that again, because I want to make sure that y'all don't miss any of this. So I talked about being humble, which means staying small. Strategic visibility is not self-promotion. It's stewardship. It is. It's stewardship. Strategic visibility is not self-promotion, it's stewardship. And let me break down this lie. Self-promotion is about ego. It's about making yourself look good for the sake of looking good. It's about inflating your accomplishments. It's about, look at me, look at me. But strategic visibility is about impact. It's about positioning your expertise so it reaches the people who need it. It's about service, ladies and gentlemen, not ego. It really is. It's about someone has a problem that I am called to solve. Do you know right now, I said this yesterday, and it's worth repeating. Do you know right now someone is praying about a problem that you are the answer, but they can't find you? Self-promotion says, I'm amazing, hire me, right? Strategic visibility says, here's the problem I solve, here's the transformation I offer, here's how I can help you. One is about you, the other is about them. This was such an aha moment when I realized that my visibility is really not about me. It's about him, my creator, and it's about them. When I understood this, this became a total game changer. Honestly, you ready for this? For those of you who struggle with being consistent in showing up online or creating content or any of those things, sorry guys, allergy season in South Carolina. If you struggle with those kinds of things, embracing the fact that someone is in pain and I could alleviate that pain through my product, my service, my expertise is what will hold you accountable. Let me say that again. You want to become more consistent in how you show up, make it less about you and more about them. That if I don't show up today, people remain in their pain. If I don't show up today, people won't get the transformation that I have received by doing the very thing that helped me that will also impact and help others. That's a game changer. So strategic visibility says, here's the problem I solve, here's the transformation I offer, and here's how I can help you. One is about you, the other is about them. And so here's what I need you to understand, especially if you're a person of faith. If God gave you expertise, if he gave you experience, insight, a calling, and you hide it because you are afraid of what people think, that's not humility. That's fear dressed up as spirituality. Jesus had no problem telling people, I am the way, the truth, and the light. He had no problem saying, I am that I am. He had no problem telling people who he is. And so if God is giving you these gifts, these talents, why would you bury it? He's giving you the gift and the talent to go multiply it in the world. Let me give you this quick Bible lesson, right? Matthew chapter 5, verses 14 through 16 says, you are the light of the world, a city set on a hill that cannot be hidden. Nor do people light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a stand, and it gives light to all of the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others. It didn't say be a light, but make sure no one notices. It didn't say hide your gifts so you seem humble. No, the word of God says, let your light shine. Visibility isn't about ego. It's about obedience. So here's the reframe. Instead of asking, am I self-promoting? I want you to ask, who needs what I know, and how do I steward my visibility so they can find me? Is that not good? That is worth a share. Listen, you need to drop another name here. You need to go ahead and share this out with someone else. That right there was worth the price of admission, and admission was free. That right there. I mean, I got to say that one more time. Who needs what I know, and how do I steward my visibility so they can find me? Because visibility without purpose is vanity, but visibility with purpose, that's leadership. That's power. Now, the third lie. Here we are to our final lie. And this is the one that keeps people stuck for years. I need to wait until I'm more, and fill in the blank. I'm more ready. I'm more credentialed. I'm perfect. I'm more experienced. I'm more. You fill in the blank, right? But here's the truth. You'll never feel ready. Never. Honestly, you know how you get ready is by just doing the thing. You can never get another degree. You can never work another 10 years. You can never wait until it is perfect. And you'll still feel like you're ready. You're ready. You can get all the degrees. You can work another 10 years. You can wait until it's perfect. And yet you still feel like you are not ready. Because ready is a moving target that perfectionism keeps pushing further and further away. So why is this a lie? That I need more. Perfectionism is fear wearing a professional mask. We do not chase perfectionism around these parts. We look for progress over perfection every single time. You're not waiting to be ready. You're waiting to be invincible. You're waiting for a guarantee that you won't fail. You won't be criticized. You won't be rejected. But that guarantee doesn't exist, especially when you put yourself out here in these digital streets. But one thing that I've learned about people who criticize you for showing up is somewhere in their criticism is the fact that you are doing the very thing that they're scared to do. You're taking away the excuse that it can't be done, right? I think about a client one time who was telling me, in their culture, they don't tell stories about themselves. They're not vulnerable and transparent. Well, the deeper problem is that you have so much trauma and so many other things that are happening in the family that people keep burying these secrets and no one is exposing the lie so that truth can come. And sometimes, as Jamie Kern-Lima says, you're not crazy, you're just first. You're first. You're the blueprint. 2, the people you admire weren't ready either. Oprah wasn't ready either. Do you understand Oprah's story? The mega media mogul. She started off in broadcast journalism and she was a terrible reporter, according to her boss. Why? Because Oprah would go cover stories and she was always crying because she was so moved by people's stories. She wasn't a really great reporter. They couldn't fire her because she was under contract. So they tossed her to this talk show that they had. But it really opened up the door to the Oprah that we see today. They thought they were just giving her something until she rises out of her contract. But it really opened up the door for her to discover her gifting. And she wasn't ready either. You look at how Oprah started, where she started kind of like Jerry Springer-ish, and then evolving to deeper stories and transformational work. She wasn't ready either. So think about the leaders that you respect, the thought leaders that you follow, the executives that you admire. I promise you, they weren't ready when they started either. They just started before they felt prepared. 3, readiness is built through action, not through waiting. It is. Action cures all. You don't get ready by thinking about it. You get ready by doing it. You get ready by publishing that first LinkedIn post. Yes, today. You get ready by saying yes to that speaking opportunity, my story and journey. You get ready by starting the podcast before you know enough. So many of us, I got to read more books. I got to know. You get ready by building in public while you are still learning. Listen, this is my story. When I started in the digital space, listen, I did not like my voice. I did not like how I looked on camera, D. But you know what? I kept building my visibility muscle and building my confidence in real time. That now when I go speak and tell that story, people are like, I can't imagine that because you're so dynamic on stage. You seem so comfortable on camera. Yeah, I built it with imperfection. I built it while I was still shaking in my boots and saying, oh my gosh, there's one person watching right now. Okay, show up for this one person like it's 100. I built it when it wasn't perfect. And that was a game changer. So I want to give you permission. Here's what I want you to hear. You don't need permission, but if you're waiting for it, here it is. You're ready enough. You know enough. Your story matters now, not later. And someone needs what you have today. Not when you get the next certification, not when you hit the next milestone. Today. And here's the secret. No one is waiting for you to be perfect. They're waiting for you to be present. So stop asking, am I ready? And start asking, who needs me to show up now, right now? Because readiness is not a destination. It is a decision. You need to decide. When we look at the word decide, it literally means to die to every other choice. That's where we get the word homicide, right? Side. To die to any other choice. You have to decide that your visibility is no longer optional. It is not a multi-choice exam. I show up every day in my life. For myself, for others, I show up every single day. And that doesn't necessarily mean showing up on camera, but showing up in life, showing up in truth, showing up with my value, whether it's serving my family, serving my church, serving you here in the digital space, whatever that may look like. I'm deciding to show up. So let's bring this all together as we begin to close. We expose today the 3 lies, right? That you have to confront. Lie number 1, my work should speak for itself. The truth is your work can't speak. You have to speak for it. You have to become your biggest advocate. Lie number 2, visibility equals self-promotion. The truth bomb is strategic visibility, is stewardship, not ego. Lie number 3, I need to wait until I'm ready. And the truth is, you're ready enough. Someone needs you now. Now, here's what I want you to do. This is assignment number 2 for day 2. I want you to pick one lie you've been believing, just one. Whether it's the 3 that I mentioned here today, or as I was talking, there were some things that were coming up for you, right? And if you're bold enough, I would love for you to share with us in the comment. I want you to write it down. I want you to write, I've been believing lie 1, 2, or 3, or name what the lie is that you've been believing, okay? But today, I'm choosing to insert your new truth. Let me recap this again. I've been believing lie 1, 2, or 3. You put the number there. But today, I'm choosing to and insert your truth. So, for example, I've been believing lie number 1. But today, I'm choosing to speak for my work. I've been believing lie number 3, but today I'm choosing to show up now? I want you to drop that in the comments. I want to take a look and see. I'm looking down here to see what everyone is posting. Thank you all so much for engaging. You guys are doing such a great job. So glad that you are here. Again, the replay will be up on YouTube and on my personal LinkedIn page. Make sure that you share this, repost. We're switching gears and we're talking about thinking like a producer and not a poster. This is going to be my favorite topic tomorrow. So day 3, we're talking about thinking like a producer and not a poster. And we still have many more days to go with this together. So I'm going to be bringing tomorrow my 20 years of experience as a television news producer and showing you how to create visibility content that actually works. So no more posting and praying. We're getting strategic, okay? Also, I want to invite you. We're getting ready to kick off in the first quarter our 90-day visibility sprint for leaders. This has been life-changing for so many leaders that we had an opportunity to work for the last 2 times that we had a sprint. These are leaders who have more clarity. They're not feeling overwhelmed in providing their value online. And so if that's something that you're interested in and want to learn more about, make sure to send me a message so I can get the information to you, okay? So we're meeting back here tomorrow, same time, 8:30 a.m. Eastern, same place, YouTube and LinkedIn, and I want you to be there. So do me a favor, share this with one leader who you know that needs this. Okay, make sure to comment your lie, but also your new truth. And then I want you to show up tomorrow ready to learn. I'm so excited. Glad that you are here. I'm Rashonda Pratt, visibility and communication strategist. And this is Livemas. We are getting visible, more visibility in 25 days. And I'm so glad that you are here with us. I love it. I love it. I love this. No one is waiting for you to be perfect. They're waiting for you to be present. Exactly. Nathalie, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much to my audience who's watching on YouTube and also on LinkedIn. I'll see you for day 3. Think like a producer and not a poster. I'll see you there. You guys have an amazing day.